What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike Rashid. Just checking in. Haven't talked to you guys until 2 days after the fight. So here we are 2 weeks after the fight. And I've been getting a lot of questions about was I still eating 1 meal a day leading up to the fight? And to answer your question, no. I was trying to drop weight down to 200 pounds to fight as a cruiserweight. However, they matched me with a heavyweight, so I needed to gain weight because I was down to 205 pounds. And so I increased how much I was eating. So I started eating twice and 3 times a day. And I got up to 219. I thought it was a little heavier than that, but I got to 219. And that's where I fought at. Right now, I'm still about 220. And also in the process, so I ate for one meal a day for about 9 months. 9 months. And when I switched, in the process, I also stopped eating meat. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I did that and why I did that. I stopped eating meat because I found that it works best for me, for my health. So in March of this time last year, I gave you guys the 1 meal a day. And that's when I did the video and I was talking about it. And on top of me eating 1 meal a day, I was alternating the days in which I was eating meat and wasn't eating meat. So one day I would have animal protein, one day I wouldn't. I would alternate. Now, when I wasn't on the road traveling, when I was home, I can plan my meals more, prepare meals. So, I would go multiple days without eating meat and there was no problem. When I'm traveling on the road, I would need to eat meat because it was just easier. So me getting off of meat, and I advise this for anybody that's planning to do that, I say ease into it. Don't just go cold turkey. It's hard to change a habit that you've been doing your entire life. So this was a more realistic way for me to get off of meat. Now, why did I stop eating meat? I stopped eating meat because I feel so much better without eating it. Now, when I started to alternate, or when I reduced the amount of meat that I ate, first of all, I didn't just reduce it in days, but I also reduced the variety of meat. I dropped everything but salmon. So I used to have, I'm sure you guys remember me complaining about pain in my knees. I used to have the worst pain in my knees to where I thought I needed surgery. I thought something really bad was happening in both of them. I went to my doctor. Even before an x-ray, he did some movement with my legs and my knees. He said, you have no structural damage. So that pain you're feeling is inflammation. So that could be 2 things. One, stress. One, what I'm putting into my body. I would say sometimes I deal with stress, but not to that extent. So it had to be the food, and more specifically the meat. Because when I reduced the amount of meat I was eating, that pain went away. That went away months ago, right? And it's like a miracle. Now, granted, I was supplementing with turmeric as well, and I still am. I'll link that down below. But the turmeric and the fact that I wasn't eating much meat at all, that pain was gone, okay? So that alone right there meant a lot to me. I'm like, okay, there's some value in this. So here we go. We fast forward a few months out from the fight. I'm at True Foods having my go-to meal, which is a kale salad with a big fillet of salmon, sometimes 2. And I finished my salad and I didn't want the salmon. I just didn't want it. I was just over it, So, and even now, with meat, I've never been a big, like one of those people that like big juicy steaks. That's not me. The meat that I liked, it had to be like almost burnt for me to eat it, like very, very well done. The texture had to be very dry, like not juicy, like some people like their meat. I just never liked it. It always kind of grossed me out. So, even now, like when I see meat, it does nothing for me. You know what I mean? Now, I'm also gonna jump into this, my reasoning. My reasoning is purely for my health, Listen, I love animals like the next person, but I am not an activist for anything, especially like animal rights. I'm not saying that I think people should abuse animals. People like that, fuck them. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that at all. However, I know that majority of the farms out there, first of all, I know a lot of people, and I know people who were raised on farms. I know people whose families slaughter animals and take them to the market, and that's their family businesses and stuff like that. And I know that these are good people. These are not people abusing animals or treating them in an inhumane way. I don't even know why humane is the term for that, because they're not human. You know what I mean? But anyway, the stuff that you see is usually propaganda that vegan community or whatever is using to try to push you away from eating meat. But those people, those kind of places, those kind of facilities, for the most part, it seems like it's a small minority. It's not the majority of these industries, right? I don't think it's the worst thing in the world for people to eat meat, especially if they're doing, like, I think people that hunt their own food, I think that's the way to go if you're gonna eat meat. But if you're eating grass-fed beef, stuff like that, health-wise, I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, it's a whole moral debate about it. I don't take part in that debate. I don't participate in that. Maybe I would feel different in 5 years. I don't know. But right now, just being honest, it's not a huge concern of mine. A few years ago, I was with some friends of mine in Florida, and they happened to be vegan, and we were talking. And at this point, I thought being a vegan was just another step away from being a vegetarian, just no dairy, just, no animal products at all. But they were really telling me about what veganism was, and, it's about the protection of these animals, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, wow. What fascinated me was, I'm seeing people online wishing death and wishing cancer on people who ate meat for animals. And I'm like, bro, these animals don't even give a fuck about you. It's not like they're gonna be high-fiving you like, yo, good looking out. You know what I'm saying? If you went into wherever they dwell at, they're gonna run from you, or they're gonna try to attack you or whatever. So I don't go out of my way. I love animals, I have pets, and I want more, but I don't go out of my way to wave a flag to protect animals. I think that people should treat them right, even in the meat industry. But it is what it is. Some people feel the need to stand for certain things and fight for certain things, and I salute them. I applaud that. But that's just not my position. So I don't want anybody thinking that that's me. It might upset some vegans, and I'm sorry if it offends you or upsets you, but I'm not a crusader for any of that. I'm just a crusader for me and my kids and my surroundings, and that's it. People, a lot of people, man, not even in this whole conversation about meat, no meat, but when, I applaud people with that noble instinct to want to save the world. But, I think that all starts with yourself, trying to make yourself as good a person as possible. You know what I mean? Making sure your bedroom is clean. You know what I mean? And that sounds like silly, but it's really profound to start with having a clean bedroom. You know what I mean? Just think about it. The little things will translate to the big things. And you have to conquer the little things to even get to the big things. So anyway, that's that. So I'm doing this for me, to better my health, because I have seen, not only have I felt better and body fat falling off of me, but I've seen even my numbers and my blood work, how much healthier everything is. You know what I'm saying? It's miraculous, and it's pretty cool. So, but when you do things like that, go get your blood work done and this, that, and the third, and you see, the positive results of the changes that you're making, it's kind of hard to not keep going in that direction, So that's me. I advise most of y'all to, make sure you go get regular checkups. And also, you don't have to do it often, but try to get your blood work done. Do a complete blood panel, get everything checked, and just see where you're at. You might feel fine, but this is the thing. When things go really wrong, you don't know it until it's too late, because you feel fine until it's too late. All right, so prevention is the answer, is the key. People, our country, y'all already know, is addicted to drugs, medication. We shouldn't even have to get there, because our medication is in our food. in our lifestyle, being active, exercising, running, swimming, whatever it is, lifting weights. So that's something that y'all should just think about, adopting healthy lifestyles. We live in a time, in a period where a lot of people are big into like, the cheap meal, like celebrating donuts and pizza and all of that shit. People in our industry, and that's all fine and that's cool, but the people that's doing these things live a 99.9% healthy lifestyle. And somebody else who don't know what they're doing on a daily is following them, thinking that they can do that, thinking that they can eat donuts every day or eat pizza every day after they squat. You know what I'm saying? And these people are doing this on the regular, and that shit is not healthy. It's not good for you. So, I think personally, I've always had the notion of not really putting out their cheat meals and stuff like that, giving people healthy shit. We all have our transgressions with food, you know what I'm saying? To me, dieting is the most difficult part of all of this shit. But for somebody that's impressionable, that's looking up to us, I'm not gonna show you the bad shit. I'm not gonna show you when I wanna fucking eat chips, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you, I might have a healthier metabolism or a better work capacity than this person, and he may not be able to work that shit off like I can. You know what I'm saying? So he'll think that that's fine and keep doing it. And eating junk food and bad food is a slippery slope because that shit is addicting. You know what I mean? So anyway, not trying to lecture y'all about food and junk food, but I'm just saying be wise with your decisions with that. And I just wanted to show y'all why I'm eating the way that I'm eating. So now, where we're at now, I do want to get back to eating one meal a day. Right now I'm doing kind of like two-ish meals, like snacking in a meal. I want to get back to one meal a day. I'm easing back to that, and I'm also trying to find balance with not eating meat, but not eating the amount of carbs that I'm currently eating. So I find myself eating a lot of carbs for satiation and also convenience, because not eating meat is not very convenient, especially when you're traveling and you're on the road, on the go. So that's something I'm working on. My man Sean Torbati, he's helping me out with that actually. And we're putting together a really legit meal plan for that. So anyway, that's it. So for all y'all that stuck around, I got something very special for you. Today is my birthday, all right? And I have a special code. It's simple. It's called Birthday Boy. So go to imsoalpha.com, put in Birthday Boy. Everything on my site is drastically reduced just for y'all, okay? Just for y'all. So the code is Birthday Boy. As you all know, the site is imsoalpha.com. And next time I think I'll take y'all back to the kitchen and show y'all some of the meals that I've been concocting, because I like to just get creative, you know what I'm saying, and push it together. So next time I'll do that for y'all. Hope that was kind of insightful into what I've been doing. Appreciate y'all. Use the code and shout your boy out. It's my birthday, bitches. Peace.